Let us see applications of uncertainty principle. First application is non-existence of electrons in nucleus. Friends, we can't observe the electrons, but here we say the non-existence of electrons in a nucleus. Suppose of a particle is to exist within the nucleus, then there is an uncertainty in its position. In the nucleus should not exceed the radius of the nucleus. Already we know that here is the nucleus, positive nucleus, and there are orbits are there, and in these orbits the electrons is located. Okay. Now whenever we can say the particular type of a particle is to exist within the nucleus, then the uncertainty in its position in the nucleus should not exceed the radius of the nucleus. The radius of a typical atomic nucleus is of the order of 10 to the power minus 14 meter. How much is the order? 10 to the power minus 14 meter. This is the radius. This is also the radius. Again there is a third orbit. Then this is the radius, like that. Hence, if the electron is to exist within the nucleus, the uncertainty in its position can be written as delta x is greater than or equal to 10 to the power minus 14 meter. What is delta x? Delta x is the position error or uncertainty in position. But according to the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, we can write down delta x, delta px is greater than or equal to h cross by 2, or delta x, delta px is greater than or equal to h upon 2 pi into 2. Okay, because h cross is the reduced Planck's constant and having value is h cross is equal to h upon 2 pi. Hence, here we can write down h upon 2 pi into 2. Isn't it? Here, delta px is the uncertainty in the x component of the momentum or the momentum itself. Now, our aim is to calculate the uncertainty in the momentum from the above equation. Then we can write down delta px is greater than or equal to h upon 4 pi into delta x. This is the momentum equation. Then we can write down, put the values, that is delta px is equal to h 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14 into 10 to the power minus 14, that is delta x, that is equal to 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 into this 10 to the power minus 14 goes to the upward side, then that can be 10 to the power plus 14 divided by 12.56, isn't it? Therefore, after calculation, we will get P is equal to, delta P is equal to 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 20, because here minus 34 and plus 14 remaining is minus 20. Whenever the error is very small, then we can write down delta P is approximately equals to P, and therefore P is equal to 0.53 into 10 to the power minus 20. Or we are rearranging the equation, P is equal to 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 21 kg meter per second. Okay, now this is the momentum of the electron. But here we know that whenever the electron is in motion continuously, then when it moves around the nucleus in the circular orbits, then it can be radiates the energy, and so that the kinetic energy can be calculated, or we say here the total momentum of the electron in the nucleus must be at least 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 21 kg meter per second. Now we can calculate the kinetic energy of the electron. Then the kinetic energy can be calculated. Ek is equal to p square divided by 2m. Ek is known as kinetic energy. What is p? Earlier we have to calculate 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 21 bracket square divided by 2 into mass of electron 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31. Then Ek is equal to 27.82 into 10 to the power minus 42 into this 10 to the power minus 31 goes to upward side, that becomes plus 10 to the power plus 31 divided by 18.2, isn't it? Now that is equal to 27.82 divided by 18.2, we will get here 1.54 into 10 to the power minus 11, minus 42 plus 31 minus 11. This is the value of Ek, but we can calculate the kinetic energy is in the form of electron volt, so that we can divide to this equation by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, so that Ek is equal to 1.54 into 10 to the power minus 11 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Therefore, Ek is equal to 1.54 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 10 to the power plus 19. Because this 19 goes to upward side, that becomes plus 19. Therefore, Ek is equal to 0.97 into 10 to the power 8, isn't it? Ek is equal to, rearranging the equation, 97 into 10 to the power 6. But 10 to the power 6 is the mega electron volt, so that we can write down the kinetic energy Ek is equal to 97 mega electron volt. Thus, from this equation, we can say the electron exists inside the nucleus having the energy must be the order of 97 mega electron volt. But the experimental observations shows that no electron in the atom possesses the energy greater than 4 mega electron volt. The electron having the energy is experimental value, having the value is 4 mega electron volt, and hence the electron cannot exist inside the nucleus, and hence this is the proof. Thanks. Now the next article is that next application is the binding energy of an electron in the atom. Second application, that is the binding energy of an electron electron in an atom. This is the second application. Consider the electron revolving round the nucleus of an atom in an orbit of the radius r. Therefore, there is the uncertainty in its position that can be written as delta x is equals to r. Now, according to the uncertainty principle, we know that delta x delta p is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. That is, delta p r is equal to, is greater than or equal to h cross by 2, or delta p is equal to h cross divided by 2r. Again I will revise, all of you check. We have to say, consider the electron revolving around the nucleus. The radius of an atom in an orbit is r. Therefore, uncertainty in its position, that is delta x is equal to r. According to uncertainty principle, delta x delta p is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. That is delta pr. Why delta pr? Because delta x having the value is r, so that delta pr is greater than or equal to h cross by 2. Therefore, rearranging the equation, we can write down delta p is greater than, is equal to h cross upon 2r. Hence, the minimum value of momentum can be, that is written as p, that is equal to delta p, that is equal to h cross divided by 2r. Taking the r to be the order of 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Okay, how much we have to radius is considered here? We have to consider the radius 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Then, therefore, P is equal to h cross upon 2r, that is equal to h upon 2 into 2 pi into r, isn't it? Because h cross is equal to h upon 2 pi. Therefore, P is equal to h upon 4 pi r. That is equal to, what is the value of h? 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by 4 into 3.14 into r 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Therefore, P is equal to 5.2 into 10 to the power minus 25 kg meter per second. This is the value of momentum when we can take the value of radius is 10 to the power minus 10. Also, we have to interested to calculate the kinetic energy because the electron is in motion. Therefore, the general formula Ek is equal to P square divided by 2m, that is equal to 5.2 into 10 to the power minus 25 bracket square divided by 2 into 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31. That is equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule. But we have to convert it into the electron volt, so that 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 19 divided by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 is equal to 1.5 divided by 1.6 is equal to how much? 0.937 into 10 to the power minus 19 into 10 to the power plus 19. This Plus 19 and minus 19 get cancelled, and we can write down 0.937 approximately equals to 1 electron volt. How much is the energy? Kinetic energy 1 electron volt. But there is a potential energy is also available. Hence, we have to calculate here the potential energy of an electron that can be denoted by letter V is equal to minus ZE square divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 R is equal to minus Z E 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 divided by 4 into 3.14 into epsilon 0 value is 8.56 into 10 to the power minus 12 into R 10 to the power minus 10. After calculation, we will get the value of V is equal to minus Z 14.4 electron volt. Isn't it? Therefore, what is our aim here? To calculate the total energy. Total energy is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. That is E is equal to K plus V. Okay. And we have to calculate here already the kinetic energy as well as the potential energy. Then that is equal to E is equal to 1 minus Z 14.4, that is equal to minus 13.4 Z electron volt. See here, kinetic energy is 0.937, that is approximately 1. So that EK means kinetic energy is equal to 1 minus plus potential energy, that is 1 plus minus 14.4 Z, isn't it? So that this is the plus and this one is the minus, means minus, so that 1 minus Z 14.4. Therefore, 1 minus 14.4 means that is minus 13.4 Z electron volt. Suppose here we have to consider hydrogen atom. For hydrogen, Z means what? Atomic number, that is Z is equal to 1. Therefore, total energy E is equal to how much? Z is equal to 1. Therefore, that is equal to minus 13.4 into 1 electron volt. Therefore, that is equal to minus 13.4 electron volt. For hydrogen atom, the total kinetic energy is equal to minus 13.4 electron volt. Similarly, if we have to consider here the hydrogen atom, helium atom. For helium, what is the value of Z? All of you are the chemistry students. You know that for the helium, the value of Z is 2. Therefore, E is equal to how much? Minus 13.4 into Z electron volt. Therefore, that is equal to minus 13.4 into 2 electron volt. Therefore, that is equal to minus 27.8 electron volt. This is the kinetic and total energy of the helium atom. And these two values are closely agrees with the binding energy of the outermost electron in hydrogen, that is minus 13.4. For the electron hydrogen atom, that is minus 13.4 electron volt, and for the helium atom, that is minus 27.8 electron volt respectively, and roughly it is 15 electron volt. How much? Roughly it is 15 electron volt, and hence we can say that the binding energy of an atom of an electron of the hydrogen is closely agrees the values. Thanks.